Human. I'm human. What are you?
Oh my God. Louise, that's incredible.
I'm a fan of sci-fi films, but this has got so much in it and so much to think about, and it stays with you, and so many themes. I mean, it's so hard to even explain it all, isn't it?
It's hard to encapsulate if someone hasn't experienced it, because you don't want to give anything away.
I know.
And yet you want to talk about it, because I want people to go see it.
Just one of those ones, man, that it does stick with you. It certainly does me. It certainly brings up a lot of dialogue and brings up a lot of emotion. Like, I can't watch this movie again. It messes with me too much.
Really?
Yeah, in a good way. But yeah.
What is it for you that you get out of it? I mean...
It becomes a very global film, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't really read on the page, and that's not what we were playing in the movie. It was just us doing this one little bit. And you start thinking about sort of things that unite us and divide us as humans.
Exactly.
Where did you come from?
Now you heard it. What do you make of it?
Is that...
Yes.
But you play a linguist.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how interesting was that?
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating to see sort of the levels of communication that linguists operate on, because it's not just sort of this. They also deal with like sentence structure and the history of a language.
You had a bit of fun. You had to talk and write at the same time, and there was
Yep.
a little bit of complications with that.
A lot of complications.
Really?
It's not my greatest talent, so I wrote as I'm writing, and they called cut, and I was like, why? I think that was going really well. And then I looked at the board, and it said, what is your porpoise on earth, instead of what is your purpose on earth. So we got a good laugh out of that.
Dr. Banks? Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Jane?
They need to see me.
Taking off her hazmat suit. Dr. Banks? Is she okay? You're risking contamination.
They need to see me.
Dr. Banks? She's walking towards the screen.
I mean, for your character, I guess it's a little more cerebral than some of the other characters you've played. Is that what was nice about playing that role?
These concepts that we're reading and talking about are really intense. But what I had to find a way in is having a general understanding of it, then to communicate it in an emotional way. Because otherwise, what do you care anything about a 0 or a 1? Zeros and ones, it's all binary is, and it's all patterns and things like. Oh, you're really intrigued by that? You're like, oh my goodness, this movie's amazing, right? So you got to find out, how do I make this interesting, and using humor and using other
Well, I like
the thing, you know what I mean, to make that kind of stuff accessible.
Got 21 hours
Before they start global war.
So how do we clarify their intentions?
I go back in.
Well, does this feel worse?